right. So let's go ahead and get started on our yoga for rest. So we'll make our way to a reclining position at the end of our class together. It's just 30 minutes. The props that I'm using today, you can or don't need to use them. It's 2 blocks I have. I also have a blanket for our rest, and I have a pillow and my mat. Um, but if you don't have those things, that's okay. You can also just grab pillows from your couch or chairs, and they can also act as blocks. So let's get started by heading to a standing position. We'll bring our palms to our heart center and our chin to our chest. And just take a moment to remind yourself to move in ways that feel right for your body today. You might have been able to do something yesterday that you can't do today. That's totally fine. So just meet yourself where you are today. Inhale and exhale, and appreciate that you've taken time to be here today. Good. And let's release our hands at our heart center and take your hands up and over your head. Bring your palms together over your head and then bring them back to your heart center. As you bring your palms back to your heart center, bring your thumbs with some strength together, your palms with some strength together, and sense yourself turning on your chest, the muscles in the front side of your body. And then release those hands all the way down and inhale them all the way up. Palms come together, and then again, push your palms into one another, bring your thumbs to your chest. Good. Continue to push your palms through one another, and we're going to let our gaze look over the right shoulder. And then inhale back to the middle, and then let your gaze look over your left shoulder. And then bring your gaze back to the middle. Release your hands down. Inhale, bring your palms all the way up and over your head, palms together. And then push your palms together, bring your thumbs back to your heart center. Good. This time, we're going to bring our right ear to our right shoulder, creating some length between the top of your head and the base of your left shoulder. Inhale back to the middle, and we'll do the same thing to the other side. So just let your head gently fall towards your left shoulder, creating space between your ear and your right shoulder. Inhale back to the center. Good. Release those hands down as you exhale, and bring your hands with your inhale all the way up and over. And this time we're going to exhale and forward fold like we're diving down, and slowly let your head start to fall towards the floor, relaxing your shoulders towards the floor, softening your belly, and noticing the openness or the lengthening in the back sides of your legs. And then inhale to a halfway up, a nice flat back. Here's where you're going to feel the back sides of your legs turn on. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up halfway. Good. Exhale, lower down. Softening your belly. Letting your belly button draw towards your spine behind you. Letting your head drop down towards the floor beneath you. Inhale, halfway up, nice flat back. And then exhale down, last one. And this time, pushing your feet through the floor, sensing where your heels are. The back rim of your heels, push them through the floor. And then inhale, rise all the way up. Fingertips again, coming together at the highest peak above your head. And then bring your hands, again, your thumbs to your heart center, placing gentle pressure of your thumbs into your heart center. And then we're going to spread our feet out about 3 feet distance apart, pointing your toes toward the edge of your mat. Good. And then take those arms out nice and wide. Good. So we're going to just take really teeny little circles backwards, behind you, small circles. Good. That's about 5, and now we'll go forward. Small, little, tiny circles. 4 and 5. Good. So we're going to bring our right hand to our right hip and take our left hand up and over our heads and tip gently towards the right side. Inhale back to the middle. And then we'll do the same thing again. Exhaling toward the right side, left hand reaches. Inhale, arm comes back. One more time. Reach, push that left foot through the floor. Feel that left knee bend and then push it through the floor, creating as much length as you can from the tip of your left fingertips to the base of your left foot. Inhale, come on back, bring that left hand to your left hip, and now take that right hand up and over your head and tip towards the left side, stretching the whole right side of your body. Good. Inhale, bring your hand back down, and then reach. Fingertips come on over your head, lengthening as much as you can. A great big inhale here, expanding through your ribs. Good, and then exhale, draw your belly button towards your spine and bring your hand back down. One more time. Inhale, reach those arms all the way up and over that arm all the way up and over your head, creating lots of space between the base of your right foot and right hand, reaching, lots of stretching through the right side body. Good. Inhale, bring yourself back up to the middle, hands to your hips. Good. All right, here's where we might choose to use a block. So I have my blocks. I'm going to place one in front of my left foot and one in front of my right foot. Good. So arms back out to the sides again. Good. We're going to gently bend that right foot. Take your left hand and take it towards that right block. Good. So just a touch down and then pushing through your foot, come back up to stand. Good. And then we'll switch. So now the right hand goes to the left block, letting that right knee bend. Good, and bring yourself back up to stand. This time again, bending your right knee. Sorry, I said the right knee the last time. Bend. And now if you can, move your block in a place where it's underneath your shoulder. And then push through that block and twist your heart center toward the right side. You can keep a bend in that right knee. Good. Leave that block there. Push through your right leg. Bring yourself back up to stand. Good. And here we go again. Now our right hand's reaching towards our left block. Good. Lunging, letting this left knee bend. Placing your block underneath your shoulder. Good. Check and make sure that you're underneath your shoulder, and then let that torso twist. So you'll feel stretch through your groin on your right side. Some strength through your left leg as you hold and support the twist. Good. Push through your feet. Bring yourself back up to stand. Good. So we're going to do one more to each side. Let that left hand go to the right block. Torso twist. Feel a great big stretch. Draw your belly button towards your spine. Good. With the power through your foot, inhale up to stand. Good. And here's your last one. Bending that left knee as the right hand goes down. Torso twist. Stretch through your groin. Good. And power up to stand, pushing through your foot. Good. Exhale, your hands together, your feet together, and inhale, arms come up. Hands to heart center. And let's bring ourselves to the top of our mat, or close to the top of the mat. We're going to exhale and slowly let those fingertips slide down towards the floor. and take those legs out behind you. We're headed to an all fours position. So we're going to do a little bit of rocking forward and back to bring our awareness and our connection back to our breath. So in that forward position, or that cow position where your heart center is opening towards the space in front of your face. And then here's the cat position, exhaling, taking your back towards the ceiling. Good. Inhale, dropping your belly down for that cow, lengthening the front side of your body. And then exhale, drawing your belly button up towards the back side of your body, filling your heart center towards the back side of your body. Good. And then bring yourself to a nice neutral position. So that space between the cat and the cow, we're looking for that space now. And again, check to make sure your palms are underneath your shoulders, and just gently rock your tail from side to side. Good, let this get into the spots where we were just finding the little lunge and the tip from side to side in our hips. So we'll just put a little movement in there, maybe sensing your groin. Good. And now with your next exhale, let's shift our weight back. So we're letting our tailbone drop down, rounding your spine, dropping that tailbone down towards your heels. Good. Reaching your tailbone as far away from you as you can. Draw your belly button toward your spine, helping yourself to lengthen your spine. Inhale, come on forward. Good. And then exhale. Reach your tailbone. Try to imagine that your tailbone's reaching towards your heels. And as your ribs are getting closer to your thighs, your belly button's drawing closer to the back side of your body. Inhale forward. Try not to move until you initiate the next stage of your breath. So here, as I begin to exhale, my belly starts to lift. That motion of my belly starting to lift helps me move. Good. Look for those little movements with your body, with your breath. So here comes my inhale. I feel my lungs start to fill. My balloons are floating back up. Good. Here again, exhale. And it's helping me let my tailbone travel towards my heels. Feeling in my back body. Sense the stretch in the flesh on your back side of your body. Inhale, float forward with your full lungs. Good. Now this time we're going to get a little tricky, heading to down dog. So tuck your toes under, and we're going to go back to a down dog with our exhale. So stretching the back sides of our legs here, and then inhaling, floating forward with the balloon lungs. Good. And untuck your toes. Exhale, shift back, child's pose. Inhale forward, tuck your toes. Exhale, your belly button's drawing towards your spine and helping you to lift your hips up and opening the back side of your legs. Excellent. Good. Inhale, bring yourself forward, make your way so that your knees slowly. Good. Exhale, letting your tailbone drop your ribs and your thighs to get nice and close. Good. And then let's let our elbows rest on the floor. Thinking about the length in the back side of your body. So really make as much space as you can in your low back here. If this is challenging for you, it's okay for you to be right here. That's okay. If it feels like the problem is your knees, you can always put something underneath your thighs to help support the height of your hips. And you can also put a block to make that even higher. So find what works for you. We're looking for this opportunity to push your palms through the floor. Let your tailbone reach away from you. Good. And then we're going to walk our hands over to the left side. So remember that nice side body stretch that we got from the standing position? We're looking for that side body stretch now. helping yourself to sense the wholeness of your whole right side of your body, lengthening as you reach towards the left. Good. And then inhale back to the middle. And then as you reach your hands over to the other side, draw your belly button towards your spine, sink your hips down and away. Create lots of space here in the whole left side body. Good. Inhale back to center and rock yourself back forward to all fours. Move anything out of your way, and we're going to bring ourselves to a seated position. So like I mentioned earlier, it's more comfortable for me to have something underneath my hips. If that's more comfortable for you, please put something under your hips, maybe even something under your knees to help you sit more comfortably. And let's think again about our ears and our shoulders. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Let your breath help you settle your hips into your seat beneath you. Let your palms rest on your knees. And pay attention once again to your breath. Help your breath help you stay relaxed and focused. And as you feel your mind drift away, bring your attention back to your breath. Good. All right, now let's take our left hand and place it on the floor next to us. So what we're going to work on here is the whole right side body. And if it's helpful, if it feels like it's taking your hip too high up to touch the floor, you can use a block here or a pillow to place up your hand on as we take our right hand up and over our head and tip towards the left side. Good. Inhale, bring it right back up. Good. And then exhale, tip over, keeping that left knee down, right knee down, right hip down. Inhale, back up. Good. And one more time, bring that hand down and see about maybe, you can use your block too, getting your elbow to come to the floor and reach your arm overhead. And again, pay attention here to this space, letting your hip drop down, your arm reach over. And now maybe as your arm reaches over, you can grab the back of your head and gently hold your head. Inhale, fully expanding through your ribs with your inhale. And then exhale, draw your belly button towards your side. And again, letting your right hip settle down into the floor. With each inhale and exhale, sense your exhale helping you to settle more deeply into this pose. Good. One more time, inhale deeply. Exhale and bring yourself back up to the middle. Nice. Give yourself a nice smile. We'll take the block and place it over on the right side. And now we'll inhale, take that right hand away from you as you open up your whole left side body. Inhale fully and expand through your ribs. Good. And exhale, bring yourself back up to the middle. Good. Reach. Inhale as your arm overhead. Feel the fullness of your ribs expand, helping you to stretch your whole side body. Good. And with your next exhale, bring yourself back up to the middle. One more time. Inhale, arms up and over. And this is that time where we're going to let that elbow come down and reach. Maybe taking this Left hand tucking it behind your head, letting your left elbow reach a little bit more, getting great stretch through those intercostal muscles through your ribs. Letting that left hip sink down. If you sense this right knee rising, let it fall away. Inhale fully. Exhale. Inhale fully. Exhale, and bring yourself all the way back up to the middle. Nicely done. Inhale, arms all the way up. Good. Palms to your heart center. Good. And again, we're going to do that pushing action where you're pushing your palms wholly into one another. Sense the activity on the back side of your body. Let your shoulders roll down your back. And then we're going to release our hands and slide those fingertips out in front of you. Let your chin gently drop towards the floor, your forehead drop towards the floor, letting your tailbone reach as far away from you as you can from behind. And then inhale, bring yourself back up to a seated position. Good. And then we're going to take this left hand, place it to the outside of your right knee. Let your gaze look behind your right shoulder. Great big twist. Inhale fully, expanding your ribs. Exhale, let your hips settle down into your seat behind you. And then let's bring ourselves back to the middle and place your right hand on the outside of your left knee. Look over your left shoulder, letting your gaze look behind you. Torso twist as you inhale, fully expand and lengthen or open your ribs. And with your exhale, deepen the stretch. And then come on back to the middle. Nicely done. Good. All right, let's make our way onto our back bodies. So your soles of your feet are going to be flat to the floor. We're going to inhale and take our arms up and over our heads and lift our hips up off the floor for a bridge. Exhale, lower your hands back down. Good. Inhale, arms come up for a nice bridge. And exhale, hands come down. Good. So we know what we're doing, but now let's pay attention to how our breath moves and how our vertebrae moves. So as you begin to inhale, you start to sense your feet push through the floor, your arms come up and over, and you can feel your vertebrae leaving the floor, one vertebrae at a time. Good. Fingertips touch the floor at the top of your inhale. Then begin your exhale, and vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly lower your spine back down into the mat, all the way down to your tailbone, and lower your palms. Good. We have 3 more just like that, but really conscientiously paying attention to the movement of your breath, helping to articulate your spine. Good, so that at the end, with our last exhale in this position, we are sensing that the fullness of our spine is settling into the floor beneath us. So this is my 3rd inhale, arms reaching up and over my head. And then here's exhale, very slowly, very mindfully, letting the fullness of my spine make its way into the floor. Let your hands settle, open your palms towards the ceiling. Good. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. And then let's place our feet as wide as our mat. So your feet are going to stay right where they are, half on, half off of your mat. And then with care, tip from side to side. So we're just letting our hips relax, letting our hips gently move, letting the weight of your body settle into the floor beneath you. Good. So Maybe you can notice too that with each twist that you do as you switch from side to side, you can increase that twist if your gaze looks over the opposite shoulder from the direction of your knees. Inhaling through the middle and exhaling as your knees fall. Inhaling through the middle and exhaling as your knees fall. Good. Take about 3 more complete breath cycles. With your last exhale and inhale cycle, and with your knees pointing towards the ceiling. And then one knee at a time, bring your knees into your chest. Give your shins a nice gentle squeeze. Draw your belly button towards the floor. Inhale fully, let your ribs expand. And then exhale, letting your thighs get a little bit closer towards your chest. Let your heart center open. Good. Inhale fully, letting your ribs expand. And then exhale, sensing your thighs get a little closer to your chest. Good. Reach that right knee away from you, holding on to your left shin. Pull that left shin towards you and your left thigh into your chest. And let's make our left foot a little more active, drawing your toes towards your shins. Good. And then push that left foot away and draw your right knee into your chest, giving a nice gentle hug. Good. With your inhale, your ribs are expanding. And with your exhale, your knee, your thigh is getting closer towards your ribs. Good. And then send that foot away. Good. We're trying to find a position that feels right for you to begin to rest. So if it means turning your palms towards the ceiling, turn your palms towards your ceiling. And if you're more comfortable with your palms flat to the floor, that's okay too. So find a position that feels good for you. Turn your toes out and let your feet be just about as wide as your mat. Good. And then let's pay some attention to the back of our head. Let the weight of your head fall into the floor, but also pay attention to the position of your chin. It's not going to be perpendicular to the floor. Instead, you're going to let your chin gently drop just a little bit towards your chest so that you can create some length in the back side of your neck. Good. Check in with your shoulders. If you're holding any tension in your shoulders, let all that tension roll away down into the floor beneath you. Then let your hips settle into the floor and your knees. If this position feels like it might be uncomfortable for your hips, it's okay here to place pillows under your knees. Good. And if you're more comfortable putting a blanket over yourself, you can use a blanket to help yourself settle into this nice, restful corpse pose, where we can let the activities of the day fall away and just focus on your inhale and your exhale, helping all of your body relax into the floor, helping your body to feel supported by the floor beneath you. Relax your jaw. And if you haven't already, let your eyes gently close. And then pay attention to your inhale and exhale. Passively observing that your inhale and exhale find equal length. If the expanse of time is available to you, stay. Stay and let the lengthen your muscles, the activity in your body fall into the floor, settle into the floor, be held by the floor. But if it's time for you to move on to your next thing, you can transition with me back in towards a seated position. Sitting with your ankles crossed and your palms at your heart center and your chin at your chest. Appreciating the time you've taken to take care of your body. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.